BradLabs.
A procedure is a series of steps that helps us accomplish a goal. This could be the steps taken to get ready for class each day, or the steps we take to start a game of Among Us. In any case, we've been following procedures from a very young age. In science, we use procedures to ensure safety, obtain reliable data, and share processes with other scientists, among many other reasons. Following a procedure is one thing, but writing your own is another. Especially in science and other areas where safety is a serious concern, the stakes can be high. A poorly written procedure can lead to unreliable results, injuries, or even death. Today, we are going to practice writing a procedure for an experiment using this scenario. Lily plays tennis in her free time. Recently, she's been wondering if there are tennis balls that tend to go farther when hit with the same amount of energy than other tennis balls. If so, this could give her a significant advantage in a tennis match. The problem is that testing how far a ball will go when hit isn't as easy as it sounds. How can she know that she will hit with the exact same force every time? After a bit more consideration, she realizes that she can simplify her question to this: what brand of tennis ball is bounciest? Now, she just needs to gather a few different brands of tennis balls and figure out exactly how to measure the data for this experiment. For the sake of clear labeling, let's refer to the three brands as brand A, brand B, and brand C. Now, these clearly are not tennis balls, but the idea is the same. If I have three balls and I want to figure out which is the bounciest, I need to design a controlled experiment in which the only variable that changes is the ball used. The easiest way to accomplish this is to drop all three from the same height and measure how high they bounce back up. Normally when I write a procedure, I think through the whole process and everything that needs to be accomplished first. Here's what I envision for this experiment. Now, how can I go about writing a procedure for this experiment? First, let's consider what an experiment looks like. An experiment is a series of trials that are identical except for one manipulated variable. This is particularly helpful because it means that our procedure will be a series of repeated steps which are identical except for one manipulated variable. In this case, the ball used. The first thing I want to consider is whether anything needs to be prepared ahead of the experiment. In this case, we'll need to set up a measuring tool like a ruler or meter stick, or transcribe measurements onto a whiteboard like I did. And we'll have to position our camera somewhere that can capture the experiment clearly. After that, I need to consider what one single trial will look like. If you've chosen to transcribe your measuring device to a whiteboard or paper, do that now. Next, set up your measuring device. It will need to be standing upright so that it can be compared with the ball's bounce in order to measure the height of the bounce. Set your camera in a position that allows it to see the measuring device clearly, and make sure that the frame is just wide enough to catch all the action. Do a practice run if you're unsure of your placements. Start recording, slow motion if possible. Holding the brand A tennis ball so that the bottom of the ball aligns with the 20 centimeter measurement, drop the ball onto the counter. Stop the recording after the ball has had a chance to bounce. Repeat steps 4 through 6 with the brand B and brand C tennis balls. Review videos and measure the height of the first bounce from the bottom of each ball. Then record the data in your data table. At the end of this, I should have accomplished a few specific goals. Any steps pertinent to the preparation of our experiment, step-by-step directions of our first trial, directions to repeat those steps for our other trials, and any directions needed for data collection. And there you have it, a procedure for writing procedures. Some things are bound to change from experiment to experiment, but this should be a helpful foundation to start from.